Welcome to our international podcast. Hello, Deba. How are you folks doing? A very good afternoon to you folks. It is Monday, the 12th day of September. Welcome to our international podcast. Who vex lose, folks? Who vex lose? Hold. That was Ali over the weekend. Hold. Right? Hold. Chinsing Henry, how are you folks doing? Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. That is how we want to be heard. Loud and clear. Folks, we're going to pull down the audio a little bit. We're going to pull down the music a little bit rather. Folks, good to have each and every one of you with us. How are you folks doing out there? Welcome to our podcast. How was the weekend? Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Glycis Mingo Burn, we see you there. Colleen Skit Price, we see you there as well. Denny's London Welchman. We see you, Candy Lenderjit. Happy Monday, folks. Happy Monday. And please do let us know if you are receiving us loud and clear. It would mean the world to us if you do that. Let us know if you're receiving us loud and clear. We seem to be doing well at our end. Yep. Derek Smith says loud and clear from Antigua. He says loud and clear. Glycis Mingoburn says loud and clear. Milan Solomon says loud and clear. A lot of technicians on duty today. Dora David as well says loud and clear. Folks, I'm privileged to have with me in studio my co-host, Dorita Finance is here as well. Veronica Innes, good to see you. I thought it was this girl I knew. Valencia, when I saw the name Veronica. Valencia Wren from Maka, I thought it was Valencia. That's the name I saw. But it's Veronica. Good to have you, Veronica. Yep, good to have you here. Yep. My colleague from the AFC, Valencia Wren from Maka, Arcadia. Yep. I thought it was hardworking political colleague, Valencia Wren there. Yep. That being said, I see Lois McKenzie's here as well, and all the other folks, Nicola Daniels. Sorry, Nicola. Sorry, I'm mixing you up now. Rhonda Gordon is here as well. Yep. No doubt all the Rondas are going to come out today. Rhonda Gordon, Rhonda Lane. Fitz Golliver is here as well, and I know Fitz Hubbard. Jarek was on the live this morning. A retired, fantastic fellow, worked hard in the diaspora, and now just living the life, traveling and living the life. How are you doing, folks? We got a lot to share with you. You're going to want to share the podcast today because we're talking about some issues that happened at Makkah and the wide implications for the wider economy with what's happening in this country, good folks. That is what we are speaking about today. Andrew Cuthbert, we see you here as well, folks. Don't get me out here looking tin with the shares. Don't have us out here looking tin with these emojis either.
And what's up, guys? What's up? I hope all is well at your end. I am coming to you live from in the studio. It is quite an interesting discussion that we're going to have. Like Sharon is rightly saying, don't have us looking thin with the shares. Guys, I am logging on right now to my Facebook platform to make sure that I'm going to get to interact with all the guys there on Facebook. I like to have special interaction with Facebook, with our Facebook viewers when we're on in the midday program because I miss all of the emojis and so forth when I'm not coming through this platform. So yeah, there I'm here. Renal Warrell. Hey Renal, what's going on? And Nicola Daniels. I'm seeing those emojis coming through right now on Facebook. Guys, let me know what's going on at your end. Make sure you share the stream. The little bit shares there while looking at until making sense.
Make it right, good people. Make it right.
Make it make sense. We can't take that to the back.
What's for lunch, folks? We got some lovely split peas cook-up at our end. How things faring by you?
Good afternoon to you, Mayborn King. Hey, how are you? How is everything at your end?
How's the weather?
I'm seeing Edward Gonzalez joining us also from the Bronx. Edward is always coming through. I gotta ask Edward, what are you doing?
Live and direct from the Bronx.
Live and direct.
Yep.
I haven't seen my colleague from Niagara Falls, coming through a little bit. I have to go check in on him.
Things tight
at Niagara Falls. Ayabo said I share already, but Ayabo different. Ayabo's got everybody looking thin. I
Mm-hmm.
have always make sure that she shares and she has the authority
The authority.
to raise her voice
Mm-hmm.
and to let us know what's up because she does her part. She makes sure that she does her part.
Yep, yep, folks. It's lunchtime. What are you folks having? We say we got a little split piece thing we're doing here
A split peas thing.
with some bush on the side. With some bush. Folks,
Mm.
weather-wise, it's 30 degrees outside, but the guys are telling us it feels like 36. Weather.com, those guys telling us it feels like 36. But the national capital city of Georgetown, again, where we're broadcasting live from, it's 30 degrees outside.
Maureen different. Maureen about to have breakfast shortly. I don't.
Wow.
Maureen, you different.
Yeah, I want to be like Marine when I grow up, man. You have breakfast at
Maureen, you just
12,
woke up. I
12:15,
don't know
1
what's
o'clock.
going on there.
That's the life. But if Marine wakes up and the bedroom is dark because those expensive drapes that don't allow any sunlight in and so on, you
Hmm.
know, wall to wall drapes and so on, that huge king size bed and
Me got
double
on.
mattress and so on. You think now is morning.
I can't even
You
put
think
on the
now is about
light.
you
I
think now
can't
is
even put
about
on
4
light.
a.m. because the room is so dark.
I can't even put on the
You're just
light too
living the
bright,
life. You're just living the life. You got the way you got to do.
Turn on the light too much and you will
Yeah,
see
yeah,
her.
yeah. What's happening outside, Marine and others? 30 degrees where we are. Lunch is halfway through,
Do
and
us
you
to
guys are
sing.
here. Makes it even
Mm.
better. You guys are here. It's the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert. We're ready to go fired up, ready to go boots on the ground.
According to let me get that. Chising Henry,
Hmm.
share the blasted life,
Quote unquote.
quote unquote.
Quote
I'm just
unquote.
reporting as I see it, guys.
Yeah.
It's not my words, not my words. I'm so proper.
Yeah, we're very timid to say certain things,
Yes,
being
but if you say it, we
being
have
the
to we
very
have to read
respectable.
it.
Yeah, we have to quote you verbatim, quote unquote. That's how it goes. But just following how you guys are doing out there, and we really trust that you guys are great. Lots happening in our world outside. Maureen, you just wake up, girl. Lots of things have already happened during the course of the day. We want to
Carl
update you on.
Carl Miller just had breakfast, Sharon.
Wow,
I don't know what's going on, but
these guys live the life.
like what's going on over there, guys?
They're my heroes. I want
Mm,
to grow up and be like these folks.
mm, mm,
You're
mm.
having breakfast at lunch at dinner time. They live differently. Lifestyle of the rich and famous. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Love it. Live your best
Damn,
life, folks. Live your best life. I
I'm a bit
see
envious.
Pamela Johnson is saying it's sunny in Ithaca.
Lovely.
Lovely, Ithaca. Yep. I see Joan Ramashindo is here as well, one of our commissioners at local government.
Oh, lovely.
Yep,
Boots
yep,
on the
yep,
ground, says Joan.
yep. Go ahead and be great, Joan. Go ahead and be great. I see
Don't
Karen.
say your boys I take it to the bank and bank it.
Those are forte.
Don't
I see
support it.
Karen is here. Karen Archibald is here. I see Chinsing Henry. Good, good. All the folks. Dave Jurel is here as well, folks. Dave says the money gone up. Them money gone up. It tall,
Mm.
Dave. The money tall. Jurita.
I'm seeing Yvonne there with her emojis as it distracted me. Things
Mm-hmm.
tight bad, according to Chising Henry there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
see Carol Fortune is also joining us. Hey Carol, what's going on at your end? Hope all is well. Is
Good
it
to have you, folks.
let me get this name. Let me just
Get it,
not
Jurita.
miss
Get
you.
it.
Is it Neri Thomas? Good day to you. I
Mm-hmm.
hope all is well at your end. I'm trying not to miss, sometimes we see some names coming through that's not I'm not too familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
I try to back it up to make sure I don't miss those persons
Yeah.
because we want to make sure that we welcome especially the viewers that are not as frequent as the Glycis Mingo bird. Hey
Yeah.
Glycis,
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Folks, we want to get right to it. A couple of things we're tracking, and we may have touched on a couple of them this morning, but it's important to circle back so that you folks who might not have joined us get a sense of where we are. And one of the things we're touching on is this young man who lost his life at Springlands. We've been talking to some of the folks in that community there. Oh my Lord, it's just a shock in
Yeah.
such a manner because you don't
Sad.
expect somebody who's going to be putting some ear in a tire,
Yeah.
something as mundane as that is going to cost them their lives. But that's just what happened, folks, at Springland on Region 6 there on the quarantine. This young man, Uric Glenn Henry, just 17, he started living yet, trying to inflate a tire there, and boom, the whole thing just exploded in his face. And, he is gone. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family and community. Yep.
This is so sad. And
Mm-hmm.
this morning we did bring the discussion around to occupational health and safety and how that needs to be adhered to in every single job that you're doing. There's no job out there, believe me, guys, there's no job out there that you should not worry about occupational health and safety. Even if you're sitting typing,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely important that you're using the right seat. Absolutely important that your posture is correct, because you literally get long-term damages for those simple things to your body. So make sure that you're very careful out there, especially to the young men that's going out there. We see young men going risking their lives so very often, trying to make a dollar right now in this difficult economy. But guys, just gotta be careful. We can't afford to be losing you guys out there. So
Mm-hmm.
be very careful.
Yep. Want to say a big shout out to Ravi Pashram. Ravi's on the live today. And we want to say welcome, Ravi. I think it's the first time I'm seeing this name, Ravi Pashram. Good to have you here, Ravi.
Oh, lovely.
Respect and manners.
Welcome,
Neri
Ravi.
Thomas, good to see you as well. And Karen Clark. Neri Thomas, good to have you here. Neri, good to have you.
I see Pamela Johnson. Sorry, Pamela, did I miss your name before? I hope not. I
Mm-hmm.
hope not.
Can't be missing Pamela. Can't be,
Oh,
you can't be
damn.
like that.
I'm
No,
wrong.
no, no.
I've wronged you. My
We
apologies.
won't have it. In addition to that, one of the other issues, before we get into the main area of dollars and cents today, we just keep bringing you guys up to date. And then we want to talk about some of what happened over the weekend at Mecca and some of the large implications of what's happening in the economy in general.
Yeah.
And so, as we talk about the economy, for instance, we saw over the weekend, there's a reporting coming out of Kaito News. Brace yourself for year-end spending spree by this administration, this regime installed.
Brace it
Brace yourself.
over.
Brace it over, the folks where they have a brace it.
Mhm.
We brace it over.
Hopefully not in Harbor Bridge style.
Yep. No, we don't want that at all, Brace it over and it's gone, the bridge gone. Gone, the bridge. I don't think that bridge has come back fully since.
Wow.
I don't think so. Judah?
Yeah, well, as I say there, brace yourself for the year-end spending spree by the government, and this is because, particularly because the government has not been able to spend any significant portion of the budgetary allocation as of mid-year. So that is the issue that we're seeing right now. We have been speaking about it and the lack of capacity. We have been speaking to the fact that they are trying to pump a whole lot of money into the economy. The money is now being directed into the pockets of the working class so that they can deal with the astronomical increases in food prices and all of those things. So it is completely chaotic. We have numbers circulating that should be projecting a good economy, but when you're on the ground, it is a complete opposite of what is on paper. So we're in for a very tough year end, and the administration they're gonna come, they're gonna try to get the money out. They're going to try to rush spending and all of those things. And believe it or not, you're going to be feeling the bulk of it at the level of your pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Food items are going to be skyrocketing at these during the December, the Christmas season altogether. So it's going to be crazy.
Wow.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. And again, we saw one of the newspapers, I think it was Kaito News, articulating how ministry after ministry, lots of the spending is not happening because again, you got a lot of ineptitude, you got a lot of incompetence operating there, and so a lot of people who knew the system were fired. We ain't talking about emerging apartheid state because we want to gaff. We talk about it because this is the reality. It is the felt reality of a lot of folks.
Yeah, like how do you move? How do you move from uh, how do you increase your budget so significantly and then central government employment reduced by 17.7%? How does that happen?
Unemployment at some other places, for instance, like Gaisuku, gone up.
7.7% up, although their actual production has contracted by 55.9%.
Yep. Interesting. We talk a little bit about that in a second. But the other issue we want to touch on before we head into the main issue we want to deal with in dollars and cents today is the issue of this mid-year report. Some damning revelations about the PPP economy. Very damning revelations.
It's crazy.
Yep. Quite a few things the mid-year report touch on. And one of the major ones is the decline in over 8 sectors. Major decline, we saw one commentator say about this. Major decline in over 8 sectors, Jarida.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, We're gonna be pulling that one up,
Yep,
guys. We're
yep,
gonna
yep,
put
yep. And
up
as we
those
said,
numbers.
yep, as we said, we characterize it around these parts, folks. Share the light, smash out the emotion button, don't go out there looking tin. As we characterize it around these sides, we say it's a series of unfortunate events. When you look at it, issue after issue, sector after sector, Nicola Daniels, Patricia Kisun, Ravi Parshram, it's a series of unfortunate events. Ostrich Calder, Ostrich Calder, and Mavis Davis Wells, a series of unfortunate events. And Dorita, if I can get her attention, is going to help to walk us through some of this because sugar gone down. Sugar gone down. Right? The people promised they were going to uh, grow sugar by 11%, but sugar gone down by a huge percentage, Dorita.
Because we did say that the PP administration, they know full well when they went in, when they were campaigning and all of that, so when they were blatantly lying, they know that they could not have turned it around. They know that the best thing for the sugar industry is what the APNU AFC administration was doing, and that is the right sizing
Mm-hmm.
of the industry. But they went in there, they said that that was not the way, and all of those things. They said they're
Oh,
going to make it
yes.
better. They preached and they professed that they have rehired persons and all of that. They said particularly for the Rolls Royce, they said they rehired in excess of 1,000 persons.
Well,
However, they have not opened back. So you know, when you're noting the employment rates going up, the employment level going up there for the first half year of 2022 by 7.7% in comparison to the first half year of 2021, you understand what is going on there. And then when you look at the fact that the production level has gone down, by 55.9%, what it's saying, people, what it's simply saying is that they're hiring more people to produce more sugar. And when it comes to government spending or government expenditure and all of that, and that area altogether, 17.7% less
yeah,
persons are employed
yeah.
in central government as opposed to the first half year of 2021 with all the additional and the biggest budget ever. That's what is going on. You have to let the people, you have to make it make sense.
Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. I'm happy you're here, Rita, to help us to work some of these numbers over because it's frightening, really and truly, what's happening. Very, very frightening when you see what these guys are doing on the ground. With the economy, a very strong economy that took over, and now it's Dutch disease in retail, is it Dutch disease settling in on us, just like that,
It's
you know?
absolutely chaotic.
And all of the analysts, all of the folks who understand this issue, telling us this is precisely what is happening at this level. Don't be fooled by the shenanigans. Don't be fooled by the trench crappers and the jagabats. This is precisely what is happening. And again, it's some of the issues that we're following, and we want to bring to you some of these other breakdowns because it's not only sugar, it's rice too, Jarida,
It's
that's doing very, very
crazy.
poorly.
Yeah, one of the things, one of the numbers that we need to look at, budget 2021 was $383.1 billion. 383.1 billion. Budget 2022 now is $552.9 billion. How is it possible that you have moved from 383.1 to 552.9 and you have reduced your employment in central government by 17.7% in the first half year?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Nothing irregular there.
Mm,
Nothing irregular there at
they're
all.
different.
And some of what we heard from the NDC chairman in Maka, Arcadia, tells us really and truly that a lot of things irregular with concerns big uncle them. A lot of things irregular at all, right? At all. Trying to get my bearings here to bring you some of that credible, valid information. Trina?
As you bring the information up, guys, I want to implore that you continue to share this stream. This is
Yeah.
very, very important
Yeah.
for us. Make sure that you share the stream because we're going to be sharing some very pertinent information that everyone should be interested in, and particularly what the conversation should have been around with the chairman of the Mocha Arcadia NDC there. You know that the chairman was asking some very pertinent questions, and he was very respectful. I must say that much. He was very respectful in the way in which he was addressing Irfaan Ali. At no point in time did he get disrespectful or anything like that. He was there. He showed up. he asked the pertinent question, but then he was dismissed, and then he was responded to with a whole lot of arrogance. And if that is the way in which persons are going to be spoken to, it's not spelling well for us at all, and the future of our country when it comes to the one Guyana concept that Air Finale seems to wants to walk around with. That doesn't spell one Guyana to anyone. That the elected chairman is asking questions,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
being
yeah.
respectful, and you cannot be
Yeah,
respectful.
because the people down there, they are responding to the same issues we are responding to. It's a
Mhm.
series of unfortunate events, and we're coming down to the chairman. We're coming down to the chairman just now.
Yep,
We're
yep.
coming down to the chairman in just a second. But take a look at this, as we've said, series of unfortunate events. Sugar is down. They promised this 11.8 growth for sugar, but in actuality, it's been a deficit of 55.9%. That's what we're dealing with sugar. Rice, they promised 25.1, but we're seeing a deficit of 24, 22.4. Everything down under these boys. But that's how Irfaan shouting out over the weekend, man. He responding to these issues here, but no,
Hmm.
no, 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 no. Sugar down, rice down, fish. The guys say they're experts. Agriculture, what we could tell them, fishing sector down. The promise of 5.8 growth. In actuality, down 19%. Goal. Oh my Lord. They claim they know what gold is.
Hmm.
They claim to know what gold. The promise of 12.2% growth. What was the actuality? Oh my God. Gold is down to everything down. Manufacturing, right? They just said that they're anticipating improved performance,
Hmm.
right? What they get? Mm-mm,
They
mm-mm,
said
uh-uh.
they were anticipating improved performance across all sectors.
Across all sectors, but across all sectors, sugar down, rice down, fishing down, manufacturing down, gold is down as well.
Hmm.
Oh my Lord. Nothing going right for these people. Absolutely nothing is going right under these folks. And then we now come back to what happened at Mocha. I hear a fan tell the fella, you can get political if you want. And then he tell you, oh, save them for your political platform. You got to pick a fight. You got to
Yeah,
pick a struggle here for.
yeah.
Right? The man was there, the chairman of the NDC, making some pertinent points
Yes,
to
yeah,
what the
he
people
was.
of Maka Arcade are interested in. Irfan run out, Irfan rush out.
No, but he was very respectful, and that is the point that I
Yeah,
keep looking at the way in which the chair, because it would have been somewhat different if you heard the chairman giving if you heard the chairman was being very aggressive or very disrespectful and all of that. He was extremely respectful. His tone was extremely respectful, but the responses given to him was simply that I'm not here to answer any concerns from you. The response given was saying that we are here to completely sideline the elected body, and we're going to go and do our own thing. That's basically what was done. That's what was said in a nutshell. That they have absolutely no intention to let the elected body function. And this is the problem that we're having. You can't do that. You can't go to people and say we care about you, and then in the same breath saying that, oh, we're not going to respect the people that you elected to take care of your affairs. It's absolutely crazy. It doesn't make any sense. But of
wow.
course, that is the way the administration has been operating. That is the only way they know how to operate. So I'm not surprised. I can say that much.
Yeah, yeah. What's quite interesting, so, in this excerpt, we see the chairman of the NDC there, Maka Arcade, raising a pertinent point. The point he's raising here, Drita,
Hmm.
is how come some NDCs get their subvention from the government and some NDCs are not? The government is taking an interventionist role and doling out money to specific people and groups to do things in the NDC, bypassing the NDC. That's the point he's raising. But in making those points, he says, I don't want to be political, right? But Irfan says you can be political if you want, but then he said, save it for the political platform. I mean, Irfan got to pick a struggle. Irfan got to pick a struggle. This is your boy over the last weekend there in Mocha Arcadia, and here's the NDC making the point that they're not acting fairly, right? And Irfan wants him to make a point, but he wants to make the point all at the same time. It's a little bizarre. It's a little bizarre. Take a look, take a listen, folks.
The ministry Government would have issued a 4 million cleanup grant to all the NDCs, except 4 NDCs. And I really don't want to get political, but Mocha Arcadia happens to be one.
No, you can get political. That's okay. But let me tell you what we are doing. You'll make the other point when you have your political platform.
No. I just want to make this point, and if you could just give me the opportunity. These 4 NDCs that I'm speaking about,
I am
is
finished with
controlled
that.
by the coalition.
I am finished with that. I don't know.
Which Mocha is part of.
Yep. And that's a point we keep seeing, in this one Guyana. Why is it that 4 NDCs that are controlled by the coalition, right, that the coalition have won in an electoral process, that's what the fella means, a democratic electoral process, and is headed, hence controlled, by an APNU person, the people don't seem to want to fund them in the way they're funding the other NDCs and so forth. That's the question.
First of all, I have to say that we're going to get to the response.
Yeah.
So I don't want to jump into that, but the chairman was making his point, and the very least you would expect from any leader that actually wants to do anything that resembles inclusion is for a response to be respectful in the same manner that the question was asked. The issue that has been highlighted there is one that we have been talking about for some time now. The very fact that this is not just with NDCs, share, this goes to every local body that exists. They have been going in, they have been sidelining in the most instances, and in some other cases, what they're doing is that they're replacing persons where they can, but at the local government level is different, guys. And this is something they're sidelining at the local government level, because the local government body, that's an elected body there. You went through the whole 9 yards when it comes to local government elections. That's why they don't like local government elections, because they can't just go and root people out of there. If they could have done that, that is what they would have been doing. Let's just start from that point right now. So what they're doing right now is making sure that they do not consult at any point in time. The man made a very profound statement. He said he wrote them, and they're not responding to what he said. But then he's seeing persons come into the area, and they're not even notifying the locally elected body that they're going to be in there. They are totally disrespectful. That is the way in which the people operate.
It's very interesting because I think it's Tara. So Brian says, the president is right. It is his forum. But in fact, you can't say you can be political, right? State your point. But then in the same breath, you're saying, keep what you're saying for the political forum. You can't have it both ways. That is what happens when you go to Eiffel University. You can't make up your mind.
The president
cannot.
The president is a political animal.
Yeah, so I don't know what he's there to read scriptures in the Bible or something.
The president is at the helm of being a political animal. What he's doing
He got to figure out what he
is
wants.
there on a political mission. He's there doing politics.
But the man mustn't be political. So in one instance, he says, yes, you can be political because I'm political. Another instance, save it for the political platform. But he didn't say what he had to say for the political platform.
Who thinks something else? If there's anybody on listening right now that believes when these people go out, they are on some other mission.
Oh yes,
correct
there's something
yourself.
To be objective or something like that.
This is politics. We're talking about government. They're elected forces in there. They're not going out there just like that. They're going out there with a political will. That's what they're doing. Come on, people. Let us just start. Let us be very practical.
Here again is our little exchange with the NDC chairman there and Irfaan Ali.
The Ministry of Government would have issued a 4 million cleanup grant to all the NDCs, except 4 NDCs. And I really don't want to get political, but Mocha Arcadia happens to be one.
No, you can get political. That's okay. But let me tell you what we are doing. You'll make the other point when you have your political platform.
No. I just want to make this point, and if you could just give me the opportunity. These 4 NDCs that I'm speaking about,
I am finished with that.
Controlled by the coalition.
I am finished with that. I don't know.
Which Mocha is part of.
He want to talk about that. He don't want to talk how come PPP NDCs are being funded directly. The money is being given to the NDCs to disburse on their projects, but in other instances, they're going into the communities and dealing with people directly. That is the point the chairman is making. The chairman Randolph Adams. That is the point Chairman Adams is making. But no. He don't want deal with that. Because we have seen this even at the national level with the Regional Democratic Council and how they give money to the councils, the disparities in which they give money to the council, or rather with which they give money to the council. You know, we see the areas that are controlled, flap you if you don't want to hear the word control, by APNU AFC.
That is a word that has been used from the beginning of times.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how is that even something now? Oh, let's move on.
Yeah. So, for instance, we see in the 2022 budget, I think this is representative of the in comparison with 2021 budget, the APNU controlled RDCs get less.
15% less
in Region 4.
And this is directly, guys, this is directly from the budgetary allocation. You know, the 6211, that is a line item there in the budget. And it shows there very clearly, you know, 15% less, you know, $3.1 million less than they got before. Mind you, and I just told you the budget moved from $383.1 billion in 2021 to $552.9 billion in 2022. And instead of the largest region getting more money, they got less.
This is what Randolph Adams, the chairman of that NDC, is talking about. You give money directly to somebody, some NDCs, and some others. You come on the ground, you take your supporter, you say you take a contract, you take another supporter, you take a contract, you take a friend or a family, you say you get one. Right? And this seems only to happen in those constituencies, those NDCs that are led by an APNU AFC representative. And so Irfaan, they can't get it in bacon cake. They're hypocrites.
Yeah.
Hypocrites. That's what they are. You know, you mustn't say control, right? Because nobody's control, only from God.
No, but,
up until they sin,
but
they control.
But
some NDCs.
I think we need to go to the actual clip with him saying that, because we have to speak about the fact that what he gave a response to something that was never said. He gave the response to something that was never said.
But that is what happens when you went IFLOT University.
The man spoke about the NDCs being controlled by the coalition. He came back and said, nobody is, the man never said no, he's controlling people.
What he meant,
he is saying that they won, the coalition won these NDCs.
Oh man, Rita,
and if the systems are to work, the allocations will have to go through. If the systems are to work, they will respect the elected representatives and make sure that they go to them.
That is what right-thinking people would interpret.
How did he even get to people, they're controlling people? Oh my God.
Because, you see, he records stick and he got a script he got to read. Right? He got points he has to make. The fella simply meant those NDCs that are led by an elected APNU AFC representative. Right? And he wants to make this point, as you rightfully said, that nobody is controlled except by God. Right? But even God give man free choice. If you want to get theological,
chose the representative.
The people chose the representative. That being said, they themselves have said that. So Irfaan is a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite and a hippopotamus. All the hips. Right?
I don't understand how he even got to that level of arrogance.
Because again, is your upbringing.
I don't understand.
Right? Some of us came up and some of us were brought up. And there's a difference. Now, here is that other excerpt. But this whole argument about control.
Yes.
Right? And Irfaan majoring on the minor. Right? Drelsma, Veronica Primo, Nicole Daniels, Paul Hawk. And they say the same thing all the time, which simply means areas that have an elected representative that is either APNU or APNU AFC or PPP. That is what you mean by APNU AFC control the area.
The PPP representatives use that term
They use it
all the
They use
time.
it all the time, Jarita.
All the
My
time.
God. You have any instances of that, Jarita?
I have tons of instances.
You sure?
My goodness.
Because we deal here with credible information, you know.
I have reports.
Oh man.
I have a budget speech. I have their former general secretary. Come on. It is a level of pettiness, you know, and it irks me that I even have to go and dig up these things sometimes.
We deal with credible, valid information. Hope you get your facts, you know, Jarita.
You know,
so these people actually
I
have
don't
said,
do it any other way.
These people actually have said PPP control areas, and Irfaan had no problem.
My gosh. You have no idea. You have no idea.
PPP actually said PPP control areas. So they're hypocrites. They say it in one instance, and then you come back and you're lashing other people to say APNU AFC controlled areas. That is the definition of hypocrite. But the folks, here is that, again, that interaction with the very point on, you know, PNC or APNU AFC control area that sent up Ali blood pressure over the weekend.
He doesn't want to hear that the area that he's in, the
and
person
Ali of all
did not go that way.
No blood pressure story, how it go. Especially with now that he mixing the cocktails with liposuction and all kinds of stuff. He shouldn't want to sell him his blood pressure at all. But here is that engagement on the issue of control. And, you know, we don't control nobody. Them, the brainwash people, the same set. Listen to that engagement. And then I think Drita might got something here for you. She said she got your facts. Then the PPP said the very same thing. I think she said they got the facts. Here is that excerpt, folks.
These 4 NDCs that I'm speaking about,
I am finished with that.
By the coalition.
I am finished with that. I don't know.
With Mocha's part of.
It is an insult.
We have to understand this.
No, hold.
Right, hold on for us, folks. Hold.
Bring it
Mr.
back.
Turkey. Bring it back from the top.
These 4 NDCs that I'm speaking about,
I am finished with that.
By the coalition.
I am finished with that. I don't know.
With Mocha's part of.
It is an insult.
We have to understand this.
No, hold. It's an insult for you to tell these people that their lives is controlled by the coalition. No one life is controlled by anyone but God. Take that and take it to the bank and bank it.
In this respect, the withholding of ministerial approval for budgets submitted by the NDCs is a blatant manifestation of the arrogant and spiteful behavior of the minister to punish the people in those NDCs controlled by the PPPC.
No, hold. It's an insult for you to tell these people that their lives is controlled by the coalition. No one life is controlled by anyone but God. Take that and take it to the bank and bank it.
Hold. You mean Rohi believes there are areas that are controlled by the PPP and nobody got a problem with that?
Mind you,
They never had no problem with that.
That is not just Rohi, right? That is Rohi sitting there at a press conference in June of 2016, speaking whilst he sat and whilst he held the position of the GS of the People's Progressive
General
Party.
Secretary?
Yes.
And believes that the PPP
Have
have controlled.
Yeah, they can
NDCs.
control.
Hold.
Well, according to Irfaan, you know.
Hold.
Very disrespectful.
Hold. I want to hear that one more time from the top. Hold. Nicola, hold. Daniels, hold.
These 4 NDCs that I'm speaking about,
I am finished with that.
By the coalition.
I am finished with that. I don't know.
With Mocha's part of.
It is an insult.
We have to understand this.
No, hold. It's an insult for you to tell these people that their lives is controlled by the coalition. No one life is controlled by anyone but God. Take that and take it to the bank and bank it.
In this respect, the withholding of ministerial approval for budgets submitted by the NDCs is a blatant manifestation of the arrogant and spiteful behavior of the minister to punish the people in those NDCs controlled by the PPPC.
No, hold. It's an insult for you to tell these people that their lives is controlled by the coalition. No one life is controlled by anyone but God. Take that and take it to the bank and bank it.
Yeah, the bank are taking that. The bank said insufficient funds for withdrawal refund. Insufficient funds. Hold. You see, since Irfaan lose all the weight with liposuction, like Irfaan turned to God, boy. Huh? Marlon Thomas, like your boy turned to God. Hold. Yeah, Mr. Turkey.
You know, sometimes I believe that these
Tell us.
that they just I don't like to have to
Bounce
go
checks
down.
as Facebook users. A bounce check.
I don't
Take
like to
you to
have
the
to go
bank.
down these these road with
Yeah.
them.
You want to go to the bank with your friend?
Yeah, it's crazy that we even have to remind them
Yeah,
that these are
yeah.
terminologies that they use too.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we have to even do that. But they force you to have to go down these road again when they want to shut it. It's the exact thing. You know, you're talking about the areas that are won by the coalition. They're talking about the areas that's won by the PPP. What's the damn big deal? You know, what I gotta do? But you're not gonna allow people to tell people they're controlling their lives. That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Hold. You know, the different.
Goodness.
But he does not escape the underlying point the man was making.
He did
The
escape
chairman
it.
Randolph Adams was making that they are not treating in an equitable manner with the NDCs that they have not won democratically.
Mm. And what they're actually doing is sidelining those elected representatives. That's what they're doing. That's what they intend to do. Because guess what? They want to come there, and I'm going to speak directly to the folks in Mecca. They want to come there and tell you that your representatives that you voted for, they're not doing anything for you. That's what they want to come and tell you.
Yeah, but we're not giving them any
Right?
money to do anything
Yeah.
for you.
But
And the
you-
rates they're receiving is not sufficient to do the work that would make the community viable in any way.
And when they
we're
write
working
you,
with them.
and when they write you, you're not responding
Yeah.
to them. And when they're coming into the community, they're not telling your elected representative, but then they're gonna come and tell you that they ain't doing no work for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Even is a bully. He's a
That's
bully.
that's what they're trying
He's a
to do.
schoolyard bully. Hold. Hold. And you all say the same thing. You all say PPP control NDCs and areas and so forth. And more than that, wasn't it the chairman of Gaisuko who recently telling people that there's Nimakarang
At the level
because they're
sure.
faithful to Irfan and they're making Irfan look bad? Eh? They ain't trying to control people?
That is control.
Yeah?
That is control. That there is control. You see that at the NDC level. Let us just be frank about it. At the NDC level, we have local government elections, and people go out there and they vote and they decide that these are the people that we want to sit down and make decisions. This is the council that we want to meet to sit down and make the decision as it pertains to how our community develops and the direction in which it moves. When you sideline these people, you are not only being disrespectful to the council, but you are being disrespectful to the entire community. And it is not okay. It's not okay because we know that the PP administration have absolutely no care and respect and regard for local governance and local government systems altogether. So when they are going in there and boldly saying that they are going to trample on those institutions, we all should have a problem with that. We all should have a big issue with that. You should have a problem with the fact that your representatives are being trampled on, they are being sidelined, and persons are boldly saying that there's no shyness about the approach that they're taking. They're boldly saying that we have no time with the elected representatives, the people that you elected, and you should not just sit down and be okay with it. That's absolute nonsense.
Nope.
Absolute nonsense. The PPP went, listen, I don't even want to go down this road.
Yep. Esmalusa Irfan think he's a bully. He think he's a bully. Hold. They know who the bad for. He got for bad for Suriname, who promised them licenses to the fishermen since January and can't get nothing yet. He got a bat for them. He got a bat for the US, who just marshal all of them to Washington, D.C. and read them the right act. He got a bat for them. You know, but in a community like Moko, hold. Right? Simply because the chairman said, coalition control.
I think the problem was that they
Coalition elected.
I think the problem is that he believed when they voted, the chairman shouldn't speak at all, probably not even show up at the meeting. But the chairman showed up, and I want to say this also, that when these people have these meetings, people should go and ask the questions, go and ask the pertinent questions, go listen to what they have to say. Everybody should go. I always tell people these things, you know. And I see, you know, one of the things that I noted, I took very serious note of, is one particular reporter going out there with two paragraphs, basically trying to be political. I don't know if it's a political reporter. That person have transformed themselves into being a political reporter. But it's absolute nonsense. Listen to me. When the APNU AFC administration was in office, and I could speak because I have intimate knowledge of what I'm speaking about right now. When the APNU AFC administration was in office, there is not a single region that we went to that the people did not show up to, because when you are sitting in the seat of office and you hold the authority and the power to make decisions, people have to go to you because you are holding the responsibility to take care of them. So I don't understand what is this big thing about, oh my God, the people showed up. The people are supposed to show up. You are servants of the people. When we went to Region 2, the pouring rain, the people showed up in their numbers. We went to Region 6, the people showed up in their numbers. Every single region the coalition went to from 2015 to 2020, the people showed up in their numbers because the people are going for the representatives that are sitting in the seats to answer their questions and to fix issues that they have. What is the big deal? I don't get it.
Don't get tired. Don't get tired at all.
People have this, we have to walk away and move away from this thing that, oh, if you didn't vote for somebody, when they go to, they are sitting in the seats and they have a responsibility and an obligation to make sure that they meet your needs. And whenever they go, you go and you demand that they meet your needs. This is not their money that is being spent. I don't get it. I think the mentality that persons have, right, we need to move away from it. We need to understand the importance of representation and persons actually understanding that they're in a position of servitude. They're not in a position to bully you. This is not a command This is command economy.
The greatest among us must be the servants. Hold. And I done with that. That's a servant's attitude. I done with that. You know you're bad for. You know you're bad for. Folks, share the live. Smash that emoji button. Here's that exchange again. Share the damn live. Smash the emoji button. Here is that exchange again.
The Ministry of Government would have issued a 4 million cleanup grant to all the NDCs, except 4 NDCs. And I really don't want to get political, but Mocha Arcadia happens to be one.
No, you can get political. That's okay. But let me tell you what we are doing. You'll make the other point when you have your political platform.
No. I just want to make this point, and if you could just give me the opportunity. These 4 NDCs that I'm speaking about,
I am finished with that.
By the coalition.
I am finished with that. I don't know.
Which Mocha is part of. These 4 NDCs that I'm speaking about,
I am finished with that.
By the coalition.
I am finished with that. I don't know.
Which Mocha is part of.
It is an insult.
We have to understand this.
No, hold. It's an insult for you to tell these people that their lives is controlled by the coalition. No one life is controlled by anyone but God. Take that and take it to the bank and bank it.
In this respect, the withholding of ministerial approval for budgets submitted by the NDCs is a blatant manifestation of the arrogant and spiteful behavior of the minister to punish the people in those NDCs controlled by the PPPC.
Hold. It's an insult for you to tell these people that their lives is controlled by the coalition. No one life is controlled by anyone but God. Take that and take it to the bank and bank it.
Hypocrite. And as Regent says, let's show you control. Let me show you control. How the PP's control. Right? Let me show you how PP's control the constituents. This is not elected representative. Look how this control or try to control the constituents.
They give you, they expect gratefulness from you. And this is what President Irfaan Ali got to face from y'all. You know, they used to call Moses Nagabutu Nimakaram. I never said that. I said they used to call Moses Nagabutu Nimakaram. Because when the PPP made him, that's when he stopped the freaking PPP. Same thing with Ramshit and everything for your education. The PPP gave it to him. And we do. Stop the PPP when the PPP needed it.
Yeah, but today, I call one strike.
Strike when you got fresh cane there.
That is not fresh cane, man. I pay mud.
Alright.
Pay mud in there. After president, I paid mud.
Yep. The folks mustn't strike because they're making Irfaan look bad. You know, they're Nimakarangs. If you strike to make Irfaan look bad, you're a Nimakarang. If you walk away from them and they give you a little piece of bun sometime 10 years, 50 years ago, you must stick with them because if you walk away, you're Nimakarang. That is control.
You know, it's crazy that we're hearing, you know, because this conversation could go really long and lengthy because people can get really heated about this whole discussion because this is Irfaan Ali speaking about control, you know, persons, nobody can control people's lives and all of that, completely out of context from what the chairman was saying. But then if you were to look at the level of control and the mechanisms that they set up to make sure that they have absolute control, you want to know if it's the same person. If he actually heads the administration that is setting things up to make sure that they have total control on everything. Look how many times, Sher, you have covered it. Representatives protesting that we want the person we elected. We don't want you to select someone and put to govern our affairs. We want to have our election. We don't want an IMC installed. And then you go and talking about control. You serious? Seriously?
Yep. And these are, as Kemrat Ramzan says, the control freaks. Control freakism. But they don't control. Again, listen to Sis Narayan Singh, the CEO of Gaisuko, telling some workers, how dare you all strike to make Irfaan look bad. Nimakarangs.
They give you, they expect gratefulness from you. And this is what President Irfaan Ali got to face from y'all. You know, they used to call Moses Nagabutu Nimakaram. I never said that. I said they used to call Moses Nagabutu Nimakaram. Because when the PPP made him, that's when he stopped the freaking PPP. Same thing with Ramshit and everything for your education. The PPP gave it to him. And we do. Stop the PPP when the PPP needed it.
Yeah, but today, I call one strike.
Strike when you got fresh cane there.
That is not fresh cane, man. I pay mud.
Alright.
Pay mud in there. After president, I paid mud.
Nimakarangs. Wow. That's control. That's trying to control people. You give you a little handout, you give you a little cash grant, you must shut your mouth. Because for a little handout, shut your mouth for a little handout. That's control.
They are the masters of setting up systems so that they will have total control.
Yeah. Hypocrites.
That is what they do.
Generational vipers. Hypocrites. Nimakarang. That's control. That is control. But you see, when you say it, and isn't this what we see in this society permeating? You know, up to AFC go to the court, we hold on to power with this, with that. When they could go to the court, we have a...
The institutions are set up there for utilization, right? These people.
You hear me?
You know, guys, you need to be smart. We need to be very smart in the way in which it is actually, you know, the fact is that Irfaan Ali, by sidelining his administration, by sidelining the elected representatives there at Mocha, is actually exerting the magnitude of control and control freakism by not allowing the institution, the establishment to function in the way in which it was designed to function. That is control. So you are there in the embodiment of control freakism, and then you are telling people not to be controlling.
Yeah, they know who the bad for. They know who this bully for. Huh?
Oh.
Fidel Albert, good to have you. Carl Miller, Rondo Gordon, Enid Greenwich, Joylyn Cook. Folks, share the live, smash the emoji button so that folks get valid,
The man
credible
said,
information.
Sharon,
Tell me about control.
The
Tell me
man
about
said that when the ministers come, they're not even notifying the NDC. Irfan's response: consider everyone notified. They're going to be coming out. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that's
That
leadership.
is the way in which you operate in a country.
That's leadership.
That is a level of governance that you're going to display.
That's
to
why
people.
history will not remember his tenure.
That is how you do it. Consider yourself notified.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And you expect persons must be
all must respect you. Must be respectful
and joyful about that.
Yep. That's what them boy give. That's what them boy give. Paul Hawkins, Eva Ramasar, Patricia Kitsoon, share the live, Kurt Caesar. Smash that emoji button, folks. Partner with us. We're coming with last month's financial responsibilities that we have. We're still trying to catch up, folks, and bring ourselves into this new month, even 12 days in. But we're going to do what we got to do, folks. Smash the emoji button, share the live, partner with us. You all know we're on Zelle and PayPal. Cash App, we're available via MMG and MoneyGram Western Union as well, folks. Help me out now. Help you out by out now, man. Hold. Folks, been good having you folks here, but we got to go so that we can come later. Winifred says, good to have you. Winifred says, and Carl Miller and all the other guys. Bantu King says Ali is non-compass mentus individual. Non-compass mentus individual.
That's a new. You know, not the language.
Claire Forbes and Edward Brooms and all the other guys joining us. Good to have you. Joyce Van Kooten, good to see you here today. And all the other folks, wonderful, beautiful folks. 30 degrees where we are. Where.com says something totally different. This is a higher. It feels different outside. This feels like 36. Yep. Weather is good where we are. Trust you guys are great as well. Pace and power, folks. Boots on the ground, we said. And we meant it. We ain't backing down. We're not backing. Good to have you, folks. Wherever you're joining us from today, we are going to be back at 8 in the ring, folks.
Guys, you're gonna want to come in the ring. You're gonna want to be there because Irfaan may ship out immediately after tonight's program.
We're gonna show them out of control. Some folks in this country out of control. Thanks to them and the hardships they brought on the Guyanese people.
People are suffering. People are suffering.
Bigly. Suffering bigly. Yep. That's our time, folks. We're gonna see you guys right back here this evening at 8.
Share the live. You know, Glycis. Come on, Glycis and everyone else. Share so that everyone else could be able to come back and get the credible information. You know, everything that we say, you know, it's very factual. There's absolutely nothing that we say that's not factual. When we say that they use the word control of NDCs, we show that that's what they say. We can pull endless examples of the same thing. And then they go out there and they pretend to be, you know, I don't know, walk around with this fictitious halo over their head. Who are these people? You know, they're a different level. Pretentiousness overload. It's a pleasure being here, guys.
They're different. Julie said it best. It's a pleasure being here with each and every one of you. Nicola Daniels, Ann Kearns, Carl Miller, Marilyn Lauren. Marilyn, how are you doing? I'm happy you got back safe. Good to see you this end, Marilyn, and all the other folks. I see condolences going out to Fidel. Something happening that we don't know about. Do let us know. Paul Passad is here as well. Good to have you, Paul, and Glycis Bingo Byrne. I see Marilyn Thomas is here. Thanks, Marilyn, for that share, and all the other guys. Smash that emoji button as well. And remember to partner with us. We can keep going. Carl Miller and all the other folks. That's it. That's our time. That's our program, folks. Yep. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.